We did have a little bit of abbreviation. Not abbreviation. We also... No. I also saw some aberrations. What's up guys, it's the Tech Wally, and today I have a review of the Canon 28-135mm lens. The Canon 28-135mm lens is an older lens, but I still wanted to do a review for you guys if this older lens is still a great purchase or if it's just an old lens which isn't good anymore. So for the sake of this review, I tried this on the Canon 500D. That is the Canon Rebel T1i, if that even exists. I'm not sure, but the Canon 500D, which is an older Canon camera. I hope it doesn't influence the results, but yeah, that was the only Canon camera available to me. So starting with the build quality, I must say I was a bit surprised that the build quality wasn't good. If you look at the zoom ring is okay. I mean, it feels a bit plasticky overall, the lens. However, it has a metal mount, which is to be expected in this price category. But the zoom ring, plastically, as already mentioned, the focus ring isn't good also. It just feels all plastic, and not the nice plastic with some other lenses. It's just that cheaper, older plastic, I would call it. What I do like is that it has a distance measure for the focus, and it has a very short focus, minimal focus distance, which is very awesome. 0.5 meters, which is about 1.6 feet. So if you want to take shots or pictures of something that is very close, this lens is very good for you guys. The lens has barely any zoom creep, but if you do move or shake the lens a bit more, then it does move. The lens also comes with this little lens cap to block off some sun. It does work good, but nothing special, just a normal lens hood. The lens has a filter thread of 72mm, which is quite large for a lens. The lens obviously also has image stabilization. Nothing fancy, it works well or okay. Nothing great, so standard image stabilization. Obviously you can also change from manual focus to autofocus, as it is normal with any autofocus lens. And I definitely want to talk more about the autofocus, because the autofocus is one of the hugest selling points of this lens. This lens is an USM lens, which is an ultra silent motor, which translates into a very good and quick and also very silent autofocus. On the front of the lens it says ultrasonic, which is the term for that. I must say the autofocus is very good. It's quick and also very accurate. Also very silent. So here you have a little audio sample. I did have a little problem once where it couldn't get any focus at all. This could be because I used an older camera, but I just wanted to mention it in case it isn't because of the camera. The aperture is also okay. It has 3.5 at 28mm and 5.6 at 135mm. It is about standard, nothing too good. You still can get some great bokeh, as in this picture that I took. The bokeh is good. I wouldn't say perfect, but I didn't take many pictures where the bokeh was just horrible. But don't expect anything awesome bokeh, and also don't expect a really good low light performance. One thing that was very good with this camera was there was barely any vignetting. So you can't get that with many lenses. With ghosting, there is some ghosting, only if you point it directly or very closely to the sun. Also, some flare, but not horrible. So you can get rid of that with the lens hood. Here are some pictures that I took where I pointed them directly at the sun. So it does perform well. I also saw some aberrations, also some chromatic aberrations, but nothing terrible. So overall, some good performance. One thing I did need to point out that is a huge downside to this lens is the sharpness. I found that the pictures that I took often weren't really sharp. This could be again to the camera I used. I apologize that I only had the older camera for me to use, but I just don't own any other Canon camera. I even had to borrow this one. So the sharpness wasn't good, so you can also see in these kind of pictures, these were taken indoors but with good lighting, and also no shakiness or anything on auto, so it should actually perform well, but it's just not sharp. Overall, I think this lens is worth a purchase, even though it is an older lens. It has some downsides, as I mentioned, some ghosting, a little bit of a flare, the sharpness, which I'm not sure if it's a real problem on newer DSLRs. Again, I apologize for only being able to use it on an older DSLR, but I don't think that an older DSLR can make such a huge difference with sharpness. So if you want really, really sharp pictures, I wouldn't recommend this lens, but it's really good for the price, around $500. I'm not sure, maybe a bit less on sale or something. I have a link down below, so definitely check that out. The things I really do like about this lens, it does perform really well, except for the sharpness. Also, it has a focus distance measurement, and also the minimal focus distance is very low, so you can take pictures very closely to the object, which I do like, because my Nikon lens I am filming on right now, it has a minimal focus distance of around half a meter, which is not too good, so I really do like that about the lens. I also can recommend it for your walk around lens, or it's very awesome for trips if you don't want to carry around much lenses, because it has a very wide zoom range from 28 to 135. It is pretty far, and I can recommend it for these kind of usage. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop me a thumbs up down below, and while you're at it, post a comment. Any feedback is greatly appreciated, or also any type of question. If you're on Twitter, definitely go and check me out on Twitter, or follow me. I have a link down below. Also, I made some great camera videos. I recently made a camera comparison, some other lens reviews, and also camera reviews. I put them all down below in the description. Also, subscribe to not miss any upcoming videos. I have some great videos in the making, so definitely stay tuned and subscribe to not miss them and be one of the first people to watch them. See you in the next one. Bye.